Hello guys, I'll show you how to use the app called Polynomial Root Finder and Simultaneous Equation Solver, which is a horrible name. It's under apps. The short name is PLI-SMLT2, Polynomial Root Finder and Simultaneous Equation Solver, version number 2. What this is about is you have two equations. This is from the book at page 47. You have not one but two equations now, and you have to solve these two equations. Solving an equation means find the numbers, in this case x's, or x and y, that will make these two equations true. And it's hard to guess now because if I change a number here, I can find an x and a y that will give me 13, but that will give me something else over here. So they have to be true both at the same time. And for this we use the polynomial root finder simultaneous equation solver, PLI-SMLT2. So we have these two equations. If you have the Ti84, you need to put them in a certain way. So I press apps and I pick number 2, and here it says polynomial root finder and simultaneous equation solver. Press any key. Yes sir, I will. So there are actually two apps in this one, and we need to pick number 2, simultaneous equation solver. So we're solving equations simultaneously at the same time. We have two equations with two unknowns. That is fine. You can see if you want your answer as a decimal number or a fraction. You can use your normal notation or scientific notation. Remember that. So it's a number multiplied by the 10 to the power of another number. How many decimals do you want? I want the floating. I will use 32 decimals, and this one I will not use. And it's not a touchscreen. It will say next here, but it's not a touchscreen, so you have to press this one in order to move on. And then it says a system matrix here. So we need to put the numbers in. Let me see. Can I get rid of this? So we have these two equations here. Where are they? Here they are. Just write them over here. 5x plus 2y equals 13. That was a plus. And below here we have y equals x, subtract 4. So these are my two equations. They need to go into my calculator. And the way it works is the number in front of the x's goes here, and the number in front of the y's, they go here. So I have this equation, these numbers are also called coefficients. So for this one I press 5, I have 5 in front of the x, from the y I have 2, and on the other side of the equation sign I have 13, like that. For the next equation, we need the x's on the same spot, so to speak. So this was, if I put in here 1, it will think that I have the coefficient or the number in front of the x is 1. So I need to rearrange my equation. And what I do is, I need the x's and the y's on this side. So I subtract x from both sides. Now I write something that is not true. Mind you, this is not true, but it's a common mistake I see. I see students go, I have y. Now you go, I subtract x on both sides, so they write x minus y equals -4. And this is wrong, okay? Because in front of the x here, there is actually a plus, and in front of the y Now there's a negative sign, but there's actually also a plus in front of this y. I was just lazy, I didn't write it. So this was wrong. If I subtract x on both sides, I had y and I subtract x. But it's still not correct. Well, if you can see, the coefficient in front of the x is -1. There's a 1 that we don't write, and the coefficient in front of the y is also 1. So what I need to write here is a -1. I could rearrange it if you want me to. So it is -x plus y equals -4. So this is the same as that, and that's the same as that. So now I can see that the coefficient, the number in front of the x, is -1. I go over here, and negative is there, but I need, this would be an operator. I need the baby minus, so I press -1 here. The number from the y is 1, and on this side we have -4. Again, use the baby minus, not the operator minus here. Like that. And again, this is not a touchscreen. I have pressed solve over here, and these are the solutions. It says x1 equals 3 and x2 equals -1. It is the same solution as you have down here in the book. It's page 47 still. So this, it will only say that the first variables that you used, that is 3, and the second one is -1. So the first one we used was the x's, and the second one was the y's. Let's see if it is correct. When x is 3, I get 5 multiplied by 3, that is 15, plus 2 times -1, that is -2, so it's 15, subtract 2, that is 13. And over here, if y is -1, if I have 3 that was, x was 3 and I subtract 4, I get -1. So I have numbers, these two will solve both equations at the same time, simultaneously. So this is how you do it, and if you look in the book on page 50, or if you look at the book on page 49, there are some exercises, but on page 50 there are also equations, 2 equations that you have to solve simultaneously. And now you don't have x's and y's anymore, you have s's and t's, but it works in the same way. You can also have p's and q's and whatnot. Just remember that the coefficient, I press main here, the coefficient have to be aligned. So on this one we have the s's, and these are the coefficient that belongs to the t's, and this is what the number you have on the other side. Okay, I hope this works for you. I'll put some exercises online for you to solve, and check the answer in the back of the book, please.